Falling in love is sweet, but falling into someone's financial chaos, that's expensive and messy. 1 in 3 Americans have stayed in a relationship longer than they should have, just because of money. That's not love, that's debt with a cuddle. We're a small channel trying to grow. If this kind of content hits home, mix of money, psychology, and brutal honesty, hit subscribe. Your support matters. First dates are fun, awkward, mysterious, and low-key financial interviews. You don't need a spreadsheet, just pay attention. Because while they're telling you their favorite movie, they're also showing you how they think about money. And money, it leaks into everything. So here we go. 20 financial red flags to watch for on a first date. Not 5, not 7, 20. Because if you're gonna dodge a financial disaster, better make it in the first 90 minutes, not after 9 months. Red flag number 1, they joke about how broke they are. This is called humor-based disclosure. They're testing how much you'll tolerate behind a smile. Psychologically, people often preview their problems through jokes. But if you laugh it off, they'll take it as a green light. They say, I hope you like tap water. Payday's next week. You think it's cute. Until month 3 when you're covering their rent. A study by Dr. Jeffrey Hall, University of Kansas, found that early-stage humor often masks personal insecurity, financial included. If their idea of flirting is I'm broke LOL, what happens when things get serious? Probably not a 401k. Red flag number 2, they complain about the price of everything. This might seem responsible, but it's often scarcity mindset in disguise. People stuck in scarcity aren't just frugal, they're financially anxious and it affects relationships. You pick a place. They look at the menu like it's a horror film. This place is such a ripoff. 5 minutes in, and they've already insulted the restaurant, the wine list, and capitalism. According to Psychology Today, people with a chronic scarcity mindset show reduced cognitive flexibility. They make worse decisions long term. If they can't handle a $12 appetizer, they're not ready to split a life with you. Red flag number 3, they overflex early. This is compensatory behavior, trying to impress because they know they're financially unstable or feel inadequate. It's not confidence, it's cover-up. Luxury watch, designer bag, high-end car. But the conversation? Weirdly vague about their job, or their startup that doesn't exist online. A 2022 survey by Credit Karma revealed nearly 40% of Gen Z admit to going into debt to appear successful. If they're dressing like a CEO but can't explain how they pay rent, you're not dating a baller, you're dating a highlight reel. Red flag number 4, they make passive-aggressive comments about rich people. This reflects financial resentment bias, internalized beliefs that money is equal to corruption. Or, if you're rich, you must have done something wrong. That belief will show up every time you succeed. You mention you got a raise, they go, must be nice. I guess corporate robots always win. Stanford research shows individuals with high financial resentment tend to sabotage financially successful partners due to emotional incongruence. If they hate people with money and you plan to have any, that's going to get awkward real fast. Red flag number 5, they don't ask you anything about your finances. If someone avoids any question about how you think about money, it may be because they already know their answer isn't compatible. You say, I like to budget, I'm big on saving. They change the subject. Or say, oh wow, I could never do that. Then move on. According to a CNBC report, lack of financial compatibility is the second most common reason for breakups among millennials. Silence isn't sexy. If they're not curious now, they won't care later. Red flag number 6. They suggest splitting everything 50-50, no matter what. This might sound fair, but in relationships, context matters. Rigid 50-50 splitting when incomes are wildly different? That's not equality. That's laziness. You make 6 figures. They freelance? You split a $200 dinner. You feel generous. They feel broke. A Pew Research survey found that 67% of couples with uneven incomes reported resentment when costs were always split down the middle. Love isn't a spreadsheet. Fair doesn't always mean equal. Red flag number 7. They're too private too early. Healthy boundaries? Yes. But when someone says, I don't talk about money ever, it's often a sign of financial avoidance, a behavior pattern linked to poor money management. You ask, do you invest? They, Oh, I don't talk about finances, that's personal. But they just told you about their ex, their therapist, and their pet's dental history. The National Endowment for Financial Education says avoiding financial discussions increases long-term debt risk by 40%. If they can't talk about a savings account now, imagine divorce court. Red flag number 8. They've never lived independently. This signals dependency psychology. When someone's never had to manage rent, bills, or adult budgeting, they're often financially immature. They live with their parents, they've never paid a utility bill, but they're thinking about buying crypto. In 2023, nearly 50% of adults under 30 lived with family, but those who never contributed financially showed lower budgeting skills, per Northwestern Mutual. If they're used to someone else paying, guess who's next? Red flag number 9, they casually mention gambling, trading, or high-risk money moves. This could be a sign of risk-seeking financial behavior, linked to impulsivity and poor long-term outcomes. They say, yeah, I trade options, made $200 yesterday. Next breath. And lost $1,500 the day before, but it's fine. FINRA reports that habitual retail traders underperform the market by 6% annually, mostly due to emotional investing. You're dating a roulette wheel. Hope you like surprises. Red flag number 10. They say, I'm bad with money, and leave it at that. This is a fixed mindset at play. Instead of saying, I'm learning, they've decided it's a personality trait. That's a red flag. You. Do you budget? Them. Oh no, I'm terrible with money. Always have been. Carol Dweck's research on growth mindset shows people who believe skills can't change, don't change them. You're not dating a bad money manager. You're dating someone proud of being bad. Made it this far? Then hit like, because you already know too much to go back now. Drop a comment if you've seen any of these in real life, or worse, if you've been one. Red flag number 11. They say budgeting is boring. This reflects a low financial conscientiousness trait associated with impulsivity, poor planning, and higher debt. You say, I use an app to track my spending. They, ugh, that sounds like so much work. I just live in the moment. A 2021 Experian survey showed people who budget save 2x more per year on average than those who don't. If their idea of fun is ignoring reality, don't expect them to plan for yours. Red flag number 12. They constantly compare who pays more. This is transactional thinking, not partnership thinking. It creates resentment, scorekeeping, and emotional disconnection. They remember the $9 coffee they bought for you 3 weeks ago, but not the $300 dinner you covered last weekend. Gottman Institute reports emotional debt from perceived imbalance is a top predictor of long-term relationship dissatisfaction. You're not dating a calculator. Stop being treated like a receipt. Red flag number 13. They don't believe in saving. This reflects present bias, the tendency to overvalue immediate rewards at the expense of future well-being. They say, you only live once, right? I spend what I earn, no regrets, until their car breaks down, or they get laid off. A Go Banking Rate study showed 57% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings, and most of them share this same attitude. YOLO is cute at 22. It's a crisis at 42. Red flag number 14. They trauma dump money issues instantly. This is called emotional flooding, when someone overwhelms early in a relationship to create artificial intimacy, often rooted in financial instability. They tell you on date 1, my ex ruined my credit, I had to file for bankruptcy, and I owe my mom $12,000. Therapist Wendy Beharry warns that early emotional overdisclosure often hides patterns of unresolved chaos. That's not sharing, that's sinking, and you don't need to be the life raft. Red flag number 15. They romanticize being a starving artist. This is the struggling as identity trap, the belief that financial struggle is noble or authentic. They say, I'd rather be broke and real than rich and fake. But what if you didn't have to choose? Research from the Journal of Positive Psychology shows people who associate poverty with morality are less likely to pursue financial growth. Art is beautiful, but your landlord wants cash, not poetry. Red flag number 16, they think financial help is equal to love. This is emotional enmeshment, using money to test love or loyalty. They ask you for a small loan by date 3, Or they drop hints like, if you really cared, you'd cover it. According to Pew, 23% of young adults have given money to romantic partners early, and 40% regret it. Love doesn't come with an invoice. Red flag number 17, they think investing is equal to gambling. This reflects financial illiteracy, but worse, the kind that resists education. They say, oh, investing? Nah, that's all luck and scams. Might as well hit the casino. A FINRA report found that only 34% of Gen Z correctly understand compound interest, and many equate investing with risk, not growth. You can't build wealth with someone who doesn't believe it's real. Red flag number 18, they expect you to pay, but act entitled. This is a sign of asymmetrical expectations. When someone wants financial benefits but doesn't reciprocate emotionally, practically, or respectfully, they forget their wallet. They say thanks without looking up from their phone. They don't offer. Ever. Match.com's Singles in America survey found 44% of women and 37% of men prefer paying their own way, but feel uncomfortable when it's expected of them every time. If they act like a dependent and spend like a monarch, run. Red flag number 19. They avoid long-term topics like retirement or insurance. This is future neglect, the tendency to live as if nothing will ever go wrong. And it's dangerous. You ask, do you save for retirement? They say, ugh, that's for old people. Cool. So is aging. Only 42% of Americans under 35 have any retirement savings at all, per the Federal Reserve. You're not just dating who they are now, you're dating who they'll be at 60. Red flag number 20. They want you to make all the money decisions. This is financial learned helplessness. When someone avoids responsibility by acting clueless, they say, I trust you. You're better at money. You handle everything. Until something goes wrong. Then it's all your fault. UBS 2023 report, 61% of women and 34% of men said their partner makes all the financial decisions, and they don't feel empowered. That's not trust. That's a trap. Love is important. But love without money literacy is like building a house on sand. A first date won't show you someone's full balance sheet, but it'll reveal their financial personality. And that's what you're really building a life with. Fidelity says 53% of divorced couples cite money as a major reason. So don't ignore the signs, don't romanticize the chaos. You're not picky, you're smart. If this video helped you dodge even one bad date, it did its job. We're still small, and every single subscriber helps us keep going. Like the video, drop a comment, share it with someone who needs this list, like yesterday. Love might be blind, but your wallet? It better have 20/20 vision.